What's going on, YouTube? So let's just jump right into it. Single mothers, should you date them? Should you avoid them? What's the deal here, right? So this is my opinion on it. Would I personally ever date and get into a serious relationship with a single mother? Fuck no. But hear me out. I do have good friends that have done that. They seem all right. Like they seem happy, and to each their own. To each their own, right? But would I personally ever do it? Fuck no. But there's many reasons to it. The more obvious one is you're raising children that aren't yours, right? Like no hate on the kids. Like people like to throw out there, oh, the kids are innocent, like they have nothing to do with this. Like you're right, they are innocent, and I'm not wishing like harm or like a bad life to these kids. I'm just saying I'm not gonna take care of you. I'm not doing that shit. What? Like, nah, hell no. I'm not gonna do it. So that's just my opinion on it. I did pull up some pretty good videos that I random on TikTok of people giving their input on it. I have one pulled up right here and I'm going to play it in a second. But no, bro, stay away from that shit. That's my opinion. They're not your children, especially if they have multiple children from multiple people. Like, whoa, you have to be down bad to cuff one of those. Like, hell no. I couldn't do it. I would never do it. It is shamed and frowned upon to do that such thing, like culturally. Like your dad's never gonna look at you and say, yeah, uh that would be a good idea. Like they're not. You're typically raised to stay away from women that have children, this and the third, whatever, right? But other than the kids just not being yours, like you don't know what other bullshit out there could possibly happen just because, unless their biological dad is dead, like that dude's gonna be around in some capacity. Sure, he could be a deadbeat where there's some some exceptions where, oh, the dad has been gone for years, he doesn't, like, whatever, right? Like very few exceptions. However, most of the time it's just been like an agreed upon separation. They are separate, but the dad still wants to be involved, as he should, because those are his kids. But do I want to be around that where homie can just call my girl, meet up with my girl, even if it's just related to childcare? You think I want that stress in my life? Fuck no. And you know how it is, bro. These baby daddies don't be giving a fuck about their ex-wives or ex-girls new man, and they just be flirting with them, and like the girl be like, stop, I gotta, yeah. And then that dude's not gonna give a fuck and be like, yeah, and touch her and shit, and like they can even have sex. Like, bro, hell no. Nah. It's just too much bullshit to deal with. That's unnecessary, because why even put yourself in that situation, right? But anyways, I have three TikToks of dudes. Oh, I think it's one dude, a female, another dude giving their reaction or response to this. They're not long, but let's watch it and then we'll just talk about it. So, first one is this homie right here. Don't date a single mother.
Do not date a single mother. You won't be her first, you won't be her focus, but you'll still pay like you are. Her life's already full. You're not building a family, you're inheriting one. You'll pay bills, do the work, and raise another man's blood while her ex lingers. That's not fatherhood. It's an emotional slavery with a smile. Okay? Why would you want to sit around and not have a connection with children that look like you, inherit your DNA, your personality? This fucking child has nothing to do with you, not connected at all in any kind of way. All the children I have, I made with women that had no children until I showed up. I have a connection with my sons. We're one and the same. It's different hanging out with them. When we talk, hang out, I can feel it. They look like me. They act like me. The connection is real. Same with my daughters. Yeah, I'm a real father. I'm not inheriting shit. Are you fucking crazy? That's his problem. Why the fuck? Think about that. You want to inherit a family?
I I mean, bro, facts, right? You are inheriting someone else's family, and then you could make the argument, oh, I'm gonna start my own, I'm gonna give her another kid. We're gonna have a kid together, right? Like, sure, you will then have your own biological son or daughter, but you can't. She will never disregard her other two or three other children she has over here. She's never gonna do that. So it's like you're still and it'll never be the same. I don't care what people say, bro. I don't care about no stepdad of the year when they say, "Oh, I love all my children the same." Like, shut the fuck up. You are lying and you're full of shit. You know damn right you love your biological son or daughter more than you do these other ones that have no connection, no blood, no nothing to you. Fuck all that bullshit. Like, someone has to say, I'll say it. You're fucking lying and you're full of shit. But that was a pretty good one. I saw this other one right here. It's a female talking about it. So look at this one.
The dumbest thing a man can do is date a single mom, and I'm saying this as a single mom myself. The only exception to the rule is if the man has kids himself and he's a single dad. That's the only rule that is the exception.
I kind of agree with that. I can if there's any because I'm being real with my answer. Like, I'm not trying to rage bait nobody. I'm dead ass. I mean it. I would never get with a single mom and take her seriously or anything. But like, I can see that exception being maybe somewhat okay. Like, if I had children of my own already and I was looking, I would still personally, because again, this is my life and you're just living in it, I would still personally find me a female that has no kids. And if she wants to have more kids, we can do that. That's just ideal, more ideal for me. But I could see a single dad and a single mom who already both have children make that a thing. But I still wouldn't do it myself. But I can see that being a thing.
The dumbest
Why it's not a good idea to date a woman.
The dumbest thing a man can do if the man has kids himself and he's a single dad. That's the only rule that is the exception. And I say this because, one, it's fucking stupid as a man to take on somebody else's kids when you don't have kids of your own. Now, do I think it makes women less valuable? No, I think that's a stupid rhetoric. But the idea.
Damn, I didn't even want to go there because this video is not about that. But know that you do lose value if you have children already as a woman. I mean, it is what it is. I don't know what else to say. It is what it is, right? Like the same way you would look at a man who is in his 30s or whatever and say, who does not have a stable job, who can't pay bills, who's living paycheck to paycheck, who's maybe overweight, like the same way you would say a man like that has no value, then on the flip side, when it comes to women, this would be their version of, you are also less valuable if you have children already, if you've maybe if you're older as well, like if you're in your late 30s and stuff like that, like you have lost value. Your prime years are done. If you aren't submissive, right? If you are like, I don't need a man, I'm a boss ass bitch, I can make my own money, etc. Like, if you have that attitude, less value. If you're not traditional, less value, etc. So I'm just throwing that out there. This wasn't part of the video, but she tried me by saying she doesn't believe in that rhetoric. No, that's a coping mechanism, because that is literally the truth. But anyways,
That you're going to get emotionally attached to someone else's kids, and then if you break up and never fucking see them again, y'all are stupid. But not only that, it's like, as a single mom, I don't want to date somebody that doesn't have kids, because he's not going to be in tune to automatically or naturally or organically be the dad. But also, if I didn't have my daughter, I wouldn't be out here trying to date a man with kids. Like, I get the logic behind it, because I'm not going to be emotionally invested in somebody else's kids. Now, in my opinion,
okay, I mean, I can, at least she's honest, right? If she is the one in the dating pool with no kids and she looks at a man with kids, why would she pick him, right? I mean, I understand that. Obviously, like, there are some pointers that I would give men advice and stuff to, like, I guess, better your odds of still being able to pull a female with no kids if you are the one with kids. But that's for a different time and a different video. But I agree with that. I can see it being both ways. Fair. I'm tired of hearing her talk, though. I don't like how she sounds. So I'm going to go to the next one. I hope I don't get copyrighted for this, dude, because I already saw the sound in the background. It has some music or whatever, and sometimes YouTube be bugging.
Why it's not a good idea to date a woman with kids. For the vast majority of men, it boils down to you're going to have responsibility to another man's children without any authority whatsoever. So when things don't go well, when you try to enforce boundaries, when you try to lay down the rule of law, because trust me, you're going to be expected to pay for dinners and attend birthday parties and take them on vacations and all this kind of stuff, and you're going to have responsibility of those kids, which you're cucked in, essentially, meaning you're essentially abandoning your sexual strategy to go raise another man's kids with no authority to raise those kids. You'll be treated like an ATM. Your financial resources will be welcome, but the boundaries that you set usually aren't. The juice is not worth the squeezing.
See, and that's a point I forgot to mention. Actually, these comments are pretty funny. Stepdad here, don't do it. My kids aren't biologically mine, but they're my kids. Simp. Single men, pay attention. I've been a stepdad 2 times and the kids call me dad. And yes, I have authority more than their own father. Don't let this video discourage you. Simp. Let's be real. Let's break it down, right? There is no way on fucking earth. I mean, I guess if you want to waste your life hoping this is the if you want to waste your life hoping this is the case for you, because every case is circumstantial and they're all different. So if you want to bet your time, which is going to take years to develop this connection with these children who aren't yours, but if you want to invest your time and risk them respecting you and you having full authority over them like a father, like their actual father figure, then you can. I just think that the risk versus reward doing that is not worth it, because you could invest. You can raise these kids. You can meet them when they're 2 or 4 or whatever, and you raise them to now they're adults. Now they're 18, whatever. They could still not give a fuck that you are their stepfather and still disrespect you. You're trying to discipline them, or when you're trying to give them advice, or when you're trying to flex some authority and tell them, no, you can't do that. Imagine them turning around and looking at you like you're a clown and saying, you're not my dad. Like, whoa, that would, and you spent money, time, you invested in them. You spent years raising these kids for them to tell you that. Fuck no. And then again, they could do that, right? And it's not worth it to me, bro. Like, you can literally there's so many women out here, single, childless women, that you can start a life together with. Both of y'all's being y'all's first time. Her first time being pregnant, her first time giving birth, her first time changing a diaper, like all that. It's a beautiful thing when you share that with someone who has never experienced that. It's a beautiful thing. Now, I'm not talking from experience. I have no kids and I do not have a girlfriend. However, I can understand that, like, you know what I'm saying? I want to say I can relate, but I can't. But I can understand that. Like, you can just think about it and see, like, damn, that would be nice, right? If it's our first time figuring out how to be adults, I mean, like parents, it's our first time figuring out how to be parents, how to change a diaper, how to put them on the car seat. Like, it's kind of lame when you get with a girl who's already gave birth twice, who already knows the ins and outs. Like, sure, is motherhood and just being a parent in general easier because they already know what's up? Yeah, but you think I give a fuck about that? I will give up it being a smooth ride for someone who's new to this shit because they have no children, and we're just like, fuck, what do we do now? Like, how do we put this car seat in the back? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would rather go through it harder than having a female that comes in and be like, oh yeah, we can just flippity flip doody doo boop boop bada bop boop beep, and then it's all done, and I'm just like, oh, that was mad. That, you know everything. Well, yeah, because I already have 2 of my own that aren't yours. Fuck no. So anyways, that's it for this video. If you're a single man, do not date women with kids. Okay? Now, old me would say you can still mess around with women with kids, but nothing serious. But new me would say that's not even fucking worth it because you could risk getting her pregnant and you're fucked. So, unless she's on like birth control or something, then you pilot your life how you see fit. But just be careful out there. Stay away from women with children. It is not worth that shit. That's it for this video. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, share this video, and I will be dropping more bangers in the future. Y'all be safe out there. Peace.